the opportunity that Airtel offered was very unique in the sense that our dreams were big, our aspirations were big. We knew that we could make it big, and JTM was small. Uh, they had a license for a huge place, and they had not done much about it. So they had a few towers only in Bangalore and a few towers only in Hyderabad. And Punjab, they had not even started work, for which we had to pay penalties. So the opportunity was like almost like a clean slate. Uh, I could write on that slate what I believed in. And and I still remember it was, I think it was in November of 2000, where we had our first employee forums meet. And by that time, we had grown from about, I think when we bought JTM, we must have been about 200 people or 250 people strength. And then the first employee forum that I was addressing was about 800 or 900 people. And I remember I stood there and I said, our vision is to build an organization which is perpetual and is going to build benchmarks, global benchmarks for the telecom industry. Now, I don't know how many of those 800 or 1,000 people who were there in that room believed this old man and said, yes, yes, we can do it, or must have laughed. But I believe that at that stage, I firmly believed we could do it. And every other employee forum meet, I would repeat our vision simply because I knew that if I didn't believe in it, I could not communicate it. So for me to tell my people that we will build this, global benchmarks for telecom, I had to first believe in it. And therefore I started repeating it, not for them, but for myself. I had to ask myself, do I still believe in it? And if I do still believe in it, then I can talk about it. So I mean, it continued. And as a result, everybody started believing in it. I think uh, I think it was Simon Sinek in one of his talks had said, people, I think he was talking about Martin Luther King, I think he was talking about, when he said that, the people who came there to listen to Martin Luther King did not come there because it was Martin Luther's dream that he had, but it was my dream is the same as Martin Luther King's dream. And I think I had another opportunity was to get people to join us. Since we were so small and we wanted to grow fast, getting people was my choice. I mean, I could choose people. So therefore, if I can choose people, I decided one was I'm going to choose people who are better than me. People who are younger than me, people who are better than me, and people who are more energetic and more intelligent than me. So I went looking for such people. And my job became easy. When you have such a great team with you, you don't have to work. My work was basically on one day of or 2 days of a year, whereas when we actually made the budgets for the following year. And of course, when I had to interact with the board and present to the board. So my job was very easy, actually. My job, I saw myself as motivating people, meeting people, transforming people, and I just enjoyed that job. I mean, I loved what I was doing. Yes, there was a lot of strategy, trying to stay online on strategy and everything, but all that was not coming across as a job. It was coming across as fun, and it was marvelous time. Those 5.5 years, where we built Airtel from almost. I think when I took it up was about 250 crores or 275 crores. When I left, we were $2.5 billion, and we were about 35,000 customers. And when I left, we were about 3 million or 4 million customers. It was amazing. And we had our ups and downs, we had our tough days, we had all those. But I think customer centricity, people believing that only people can make the difference. For me, I believe only people make the difference. And for me, that was the culture which I implemented, which we ran in Airtel. So for me, that was so easy. If people have to make the difference and you think people can make the difference, you will give the respect to the person. And if you do that, that person will do what she or has to do. Nobody will shirk their job. Everybody is keen to have a great career. So believe in those people, believe in yourself. It'll happen. And it happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But to get that culture into a place that you're trying to grow, what is important is humility and simplicity. Two traits and qualities that extremely successful people, it is said, definitely display. So, in your journey as the top leader, wherever you've been, how important do you think these two traits are? Simplicity and humility. Are they attitudes? Are they character traits? What are they?
I think they're very, very, very important. Uh, Breaking down something complex is an art. And I also believe that if I can communicate in a very simple way, whatever the issue is, or whatever the strategy is, if I can communicate in a very simple way, my understanding of that is very deep. You know, and this was demonstrated by my staff, my teammates amply. You know, and in Airtel, the language we used was very simple. Uh, we did not mince words, but kept it so simple and so respectful that, I mean, we were working 13 hours a day, 13 to 14 hours a day, and end of the day, we were all energetic enough to continue. But we had to go home and have dinner and rest, because bodies need the rest. But otherwise, I think simplicity is something I mean, let me give a small example. What it just came to my mind. Uh, you know, this is taking simplicity to the other end. Uh, I had a CTO, forget his name, the first CTO in Karnataka. He was uh, a Bengali gentleman. We used to, for every tower that we needed to put up, every additional tower that we had to put up. Towers were those days very costly. It was an investment of crores of rupees for a single tower, and there was a huge amount of ROI calculation, finance getting involved, and then sales being told, can you do research and tell us whether we can get so many postpaid, so many prepaid, X falana falana falana. So it was complicated stuff to put up one tower. And I remember this, not CTO, the CTO. Uh, CTO said, Jagdish, life is simple. So I said, yeah, tell me. Uh, he says, Jagdish, you decide and we decide where to put up a tower. Now, we also know that to get an ROI of that tower, we need 500 postpaid and we need some 250 prepaid. That becomes the target for that sales guy there. So I said, wow, it's really simple, isn't it? And how do we get that sales? So he said, no, that sales guys will know how to get sales. So they'll get the sales. But he just said, in a matter of 2 minutes, he said, we don't have to do ROI. We don't have to do all this, ROAC and AEC and all that. Just forget all this. Just decide where to put the tower and give that location sales guy the target. I said, yes, not everything is as simple as you put it. But that is the way people in Airtel thought and broke down complex situations and strategies and plans into simple, actionable, actions and strategies. So people actually could relate to their responsibilities. Now, I always believe that if you're talking about a huge vision, every person that in the company needs to know how that person is contributing to that vision. Unless I don't know my role, my responsibility, and how I'm contributing, my contribution is never committed fully. So I need to understand my role. Where do I fit in? And simplifying stuff helps that person to understand exactly her role in what she's doing to contribute to that big picture of us. And every person in the organization must understand this for her role and for her responsibility. And I think simplifying language, simplifying complex situations, simplifying strategies is very important. Humility, I mean, without humility, I mean, I don't even know how to answer this question because it's so difficult to run an organization if you're not humble. Because you have to connect to people. If you want to build a fighting team, if you want to build a great team, you want to build a winning team, you need to connect to people. You cannot connect without humility. It's as simple as that. If humility is a part of your being, you will connect with people. You will connect from your heart with the other people. And if you can connect with your heart, I don't think you need words to even talk about it, you know. And people will enjoy what they're doing. And once they enjoy what they're doing and they understand their roles and responsibility, you have to be a successful organization. And that's what I used to keep telling Airtel, my people in Airtel. We have to be because we are born to win.